low resolution, which means every particular thing I'm taking it as an object, part of the object, I convert it into pixel, which is what will make sense for me when I'm doing the processing. Then I said, whatever you do, you're not getting it proper. So you have to do some adjustments onto it, right? So even if you go to a photo studio, he takes your passport size photo, it doesn't just print like that. It takes it to Photoshop, does some changes, background correction, adjusting your color, etc., etc. And if you apply for passport, they have regulations. If you apply for visa, they have regulations. So the background should be like this. Your has transformation. So it may be lab flash, it may be something else. So lot of free DSP based signal processing methods were also used. They are all almost not there now. So we use mostly spatial domain to process these images before I take the data. So when you have a system, you say that I take an image, I apply my algorithm, it fails because your image is still not ready for that algorithm. So you are doing it without pre-processing that image. But as a graph, which I will tell you in further slides. So these are all important to now I have captured an image, I am pre-processing it as it is required, or I have an image, it's too good, I don't need all this processing, that's the best thing to do to get into analysis. So what we analyze? There has to be a definition, right? So we just keep telling too many things to a vendor, to a supplier, to a camera, to a manufacturer, so they don't get what you are looking for. So you should be capable of defining yourself like what your end analysis is. So anything in the world only will fall into this. It may be anything on image, on any field for that matter, it will fall only into this. So what I do a counting. Okay, counting of cells, counting of objects, counting of effects. Anything that matters, get into count. And then second thing what I do, I get into something called measure. So how I differentiate few things only through measurements. Because in most of the, even if you take automotive, so most of the work is done based on measurement. They say the component has to be this size. If there is a deviation from that size, then it is a defect as a whole component. So we do measurements. So that is what application doesn't demand color, don't go for color because you are unnecessarily processing 3 channels. Here it is only 1. So when I process 3 channels, what happens? So it is the same 8-bit, 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 which means I can generate 16.7 million colors out of these combinations. So red 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2. So in that way, you can generate 16.7 million colors out of this. So that's how this works. So this is the shading for red, green and blue. So that's why you see color and that's why it shows all the 3 values. But all the other things are common, like you have controls, which has nothing to do whether it is color or monochrome, etc. Come to image format. It again has width and height, so there is no change. Only if the camera resolution is different, it shows a different resolution. But all the other things remain the same. So we have some more complications in color, so I will touch that when I have given you all information about color. Then it's going to be difficult. You have to work a lot. If any of your companies are interested, we have a tie-up with one professor in IIT Madras who can help you out on that. You can work with him and tell him about the project. Then probably he will ask you to have the same setup in his lab. They can develop an algorithm and then you can test it at your place. Even those kind of handshaking we can do. Then alignment. Alignment is again, if you ask them to replace it, things are done. That's easy way of doing it. So it's like when all these things are there, why should I keep writing an average algorithm? It's like reinventing the wheel. Let me move forward using the wheel instead of reinventing. But if you are very thirsty to know how to write an average, how to do statistics, people can do that. But generally it's not needed when there is an application demand at customer place.